Long before the first loom turned thread into cloth, a humble shrub was quietly shaping the course of civilization. Cotton belongs to the genus Gossypium, a family of flowering plants that produces soft, fibrous tufts to carry its seeds upon the wind. What nature designed for dispersal, human hands would transform into the most widely worn fiber on earth. The story of cotton is, in many ways, the story of how we clothed ourselves, traded with one another, and built and broke entire empires. Cotton was domesticated not once, but at least 4 separate times on opposite sides of the planet. In the Indus Valley, more than 5,000 years ago, farmers spun and wove cotton into fine cloth. Across the ocean, in Mexico and Peru, ancient peoples cultivated their own wild varieties, weaving fabrics that have survived for thousands of years in the dry coastal sands. These distant cultures, separated by vast seas, each looked upon the same soft white fiber and saw the promise of comfort and beauty. The cotton plant itself is a creature of warmth. It thrives in long, sunny seasons with steady moisture, sinking deep roots into well-drained soil. From a tiny seed, it grows into a leafy shrub, producing creamy blossoms that shift in color from white to pink to deep red before falling away. In their place swells a green pod, known as a boll. Inside, the magic happens. The seeds within grow a coat of fine fibers, packing the boll tighter and tighter until, at last, it bursts open, revealing the fluffy white treasure within. For most of human history, harvesting cotton was brutal, unending labor. The bolls ripen unevenly, forcing pickers to move through the fields again and again, bending beneath the sun to pluck each tuft by hand. A single worker might gather only a few dozen pounds in a long day, the sharp husks tearing at fingers raw and bleeding. It was this immense demand for labor that bound cotton to one of the darkest chapters of human history. In the American South, the rise of the cotton plantation drove the brutal expansion of slavery, as millions of enslaved Africans were forced to plant, tend, and harvest the crop that the world could not get enough of. Cotton wealth flowed across the Atlantic, feeding the roaring mills of England and igniting the Industrial Revolution. The invention of the cotton gin, a simple machine that separated fiber from seed, multiplied production many times over, and with it, tragically, multiplied the demand for human bondage. The thread that clothed the world was, for generations, spun from suffering. Yet cotton also carried the seeds of transformation. The hunger for cheap cloth filled cities with spinning frames and power looms, drawing workers from the countryside into the factory age. Whole economies rose around the trade. Wars were fought, fortunes made, and nations bound together by the movement of bales across the seas. Few crops have left so deep a mark upon the modern world. Today, cotton is grown across more than 70 countries, with China, India, the United States, and Brazil among the largest producers. Together, the world harvests roughly 25 million tons of cotton fiber each year. The backbreaking hand labor of old has, in many places, given way to towering machines that strip entire fields in hours, their great spindles pulling the white fiber from thousands of plants at once. Modern cotton feeds an enormous global industry, clothing billions of people in everything from simple shirts to fine linens. But the crop carries its costs. Cotton is thirsty, demanding vast quantities of water, and conventional farming has long relied upon heavy use of pesticides. In some regions, irrigation has drained rivers and shrunk inland seas to dust. These pressures have pushed growers toward new methods, from drought-resistant varieties to organic farming that seeks to lighten the burden upon the land. From the ancient looms of the Indus to the mechanized fields of the present day, cotton has remained a constant companion to humankind. It has clothed kings and laborers alike, enriched and enslaved, woven together the threads of commerce and conquest. The soft white fiber that drifts so gently from an opened bowl has, across the centuries, carried within it the full weight of human ambition.